Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, this is your brother Imran ibn Mansour, and I hope that each and every single one of you is well. Now, I know that, alhamdulillah, many of you have received your A-level results today, and I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed you guys to actually exceed your expectations and do better than you had imagined to do so. And for those of you who didn't do so well, then I also pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you patience and the ability to improve next time round, bi-idhnillahi al-kareem. Now, with that said, I know that those of you who are in A2 are now looking on towards going to university starting in September. So I wanted to make this video for you guys, specifically those who are looking to take the university interest-based loan from the student loan company or any other institution that offers these student loans with interest in it. Now, those of you who take this loan with interest are of two types. There's those that actually think it's permissible. They think it's halal. They think that this loan actually doesn't have riba in it. They believe it's investment or something else. So they believe that they can take it. The other group of brothers and sisters, they know it's haram, yet they're looking to do it anyway for whatever other reason it is. Now this group who know it's haram but are going to do it anyway, I request for you to keep a lookout for a video that I'm going to do next week, which inshallah ta'ala will hopefully explain the matter to you in a bit more detail and explain the reality of riba. And I really hope that you will please be patient with me and watch that video. But today I wanted to address the brothers and sisters who have this belief or perhaps are confused. Is it halal? Is it haram? They don't know, and they're looking to embark upon it because of a fatwa that was passed a few months ago, saying that the university loan is permissible, basically. Now, the reason I wanted to make this video is that even though a lot of people have discussed this matter, a lot of articles have been written from both sides. Ustad Abdurrahman Hassan also addressed this at the How to Smash Your Exams event, and it's been addressed. But the reality of the matter is that Islamic finance and the fiqh of bay' and transactions, it's actually one of the most complicated fields when it comes to studying fiqh, and it is a bit difficult to grasp your head around. So I wanted to make this simplified, basic, broken down, dumbed down version so I could explain to you exactly why it's haram, so you could be upon clarity and the matter can become clear for you. But after I do that, I also wanted to discuss with you an idea that I have to get over this university loan problem, a solution for the brothers and sisters, so they still may be able to go to university without having to take out a university loan. But I'll discuss that at the end. So, let us begin without any further ado. In order for you to have a good understanding of whether this is a loan or whether it's an investment, we need to look at what the both parties agree upon first and work our way to where the dispute is, just so we can follow the argument properly. Both parties agree that money is given from the government to the student. They both also agree that when the student pays the money back to the government, he pays extra. He pays extra. Now this is where the difference is, brothers and sisters. The side that say it's halal to take this money, they say that that extra money that the student gives back to the government, it is called profit. Why? Because the government giving the student the money, it was the government investing in the student. So that's the side who say it's halal. And of course investments are halal, and to give profit to your investor is halal. The side who say it's haram, they say that that extra money that is being given back to the government, it is not profit, but rather it is interest, it is riba, it is usury, in other words. Why? Because that money that was given from the government to the student, it is not an investment, rather it is a loan. A loan, if you pay back extra on a loan, it is always going to be riba. Understand this. If you give back extra money on a loan, it is always riba. However, giving back extra money on investment, that's what we call profit. Does that make sense? So the whole discussion should revolve around one question. And that question is, that money that the government gave to the student, was that the government investing in the student? Or was it the government lending money to the student? Now here's the reason why that money that's being given from the government is in actuality not an investment and 100% a loan. Brothers and sisters, if I was to invest in you, when would my profit start to accumulate? My profit would only accumulate when the investment starts to manifest. For example, I give you £10,000 to buy some laptops and sell them. When does my profit come? It comes once you finally sold the laptop, right? Now imagine 20 years go by and you don't sell a single laptop. Have I made any profit? Has any profit accumulated for me? No, my profit does not and will not and cannot ever accumulate if and until and when you start to actually sell the laptops. But with the university loan, this profit starts to accumulate from day one when the student leaves university. The student hasn't got a job yet. He's not earning any money. That investment has not manifested yet. It hasn't come into fruition. The student finished uni. Right now, if we compare this to the laptop investment, it's like the student just purchased a laptop. That's it. He's just purchased a laptop. But the laptop hasn't been sold. The same way the student has not got a job. He's not earned no money. But the government starts to accumulate interest. And that interest is just accumulating. Even if 20 years go by and the student does not get a job, that interest is just accumulated. Brothers and sisters, an investment doesn't work like that. That's clearly a loan. That's clearly a loan. Let me explain this to you. Let me explain it to you one more time. I give you money to buy a laptop. You buy the laptop and you sell it. When you sell it, you give me my profit, my cut. I cannot make any money from you. My profit does not accumulate until you actually sell the laptop and some money comes in. That's an investment. The student loan is not like that, brothers and sisters. This is a huge misunderstanding or misrepresentation of what actually takes place. It's not the reality of what's happening. Here, the profit is being accumulated even though the student hasn't started to earn any money. If it was an investment, the profit will only accumulate from the day the student earned his first wage packet. But the fact the student's earning no wages, he's looking for a job desperately. 20 years go by, he doesn't get a job. But that interest is still accumulating, that profit is still accumulating, is proof that that can only be a loan. So that's my first argument, brothers and sisters, for why the university loan is not permissible in any way, shape or form. It is not permissible. Why? Because in actuality, the transaction that took place is not an investment. It is a loan. The second argument, brothers and sisters, that I want to present to you for why the student loans transaction is not permissible is because the government, it never intended to give you an investment. It gave you the intention of a loan. And intentions play a very huge role in our religion. The Prophet ﷺ said, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ, that verily actions are in accordance to their intentions. Actions are judged by their intentions. So you have to judge this action of the money that is being given to the student by the intention of the one who is giving it. Does the university intend to give you an investment, or do they intend to give you a loan? Brothers and sisters, they actually might laugh at you if you call them up and say, hey, are you going to invest in me? They're going to say, no, we're not investing in you, we're giving you a loan. You're going to be in debt, you're going to pay us back interest. Nowhere in their website will you find anything related to interest. No one understands it like this. So you can't impose what we want the intention to be on what the intention really is. The third argument, brothers and sisters, that I'd like to present to you is one pertaining to the maqasid of the Sharia. I'll explain to you what this means in a second. But in order for me to explain it to you, let us hypothetically assume that this transaction that is taking place between the student loan company and the student, in actuality, it is an investment. Let's just hypothetically say that, right? That, profit starts to accumulate from the day the student graduates and leaves university and has to pay back X amount, even if, he doesn't get a job for 2-3 years and, so on and so forth, and he has to pay back the initial, capital that was given to him, which may be like anything around about £27,000. Let's just hypothetically say that that whole transaction is halal, it's permissible. Just because it, from the outset, meets the criteria of an investment doesn't necessarily make it permissible. If it goes against the maqasid of the Sharia. What is the maqasid of the Sharia? It is the intents of the Sharia. The Sharia, it came to protect 5 things. For example, it came to protect your religion. It came to protect your wealth. It came to protect your life. It came to protect your sanity. It came to protect your ird. It came to protect your honor. Now, brothers and sisters, if anything goes against these 5 things, even if it appears to be permissible, it will automatically become haram. I'll give you an example. You get married to a girl, but in your heart you believe and you know and you intend that in 1 month I'm going to divorce this girl. You just want to marry her, take her virginity, and then leave her. Is this nikah permissible? Is it halal? From the outset, everything that meets the conditions of a nikah is present. The witnesses are there. The ijab and the qubul is there. The wali is there. The mahar, the dowry is present. Everything. You even do the extra sunnahs of the nikah after, everything is there. Is this nikah permissible? No, it's haram, brothers and sisters. Why is it not permissible? Because the person intends to divorce her after a month. Why is that haram? Because it goes against the intent of the Sharia. Did the Sharia not come to protect your honor? Did it not come to protect your honor? Well then, would it not be a violation of this girl's honor that you take this miskeen virgin girl, 18, 19-year-old girl, you take her virginity, right? You possibly impregnate her in the process. Or you've basically just taken her and then you just dash her to the side? That's not dignifying for her, that's not protecting her honor. So even from the outset, it appears to be permissible, but in actuality, brothers and sisters, it's not. It's haram because it goes against the maqasid of the Sharia. So let's take it back to the student loan situation. Let's say hypothetically that the student loan is permissible. Let's just say it is an investment. Does it go against the maqasid of the Sharia? Yeah, it does, brothers and sisters. Is it not a harm for the student? Is it not a serious, major harm for the student that the student leaves university as a 21-year-old kid, no job, with £27,000 debt on his neck, and already from day one that money is accumulating, is piling up extra? He's a 21-year-old kid with £27,000 debt on your neck. If that's not a harm, then what is a harm? So even from that angle, brothers and sisters, even from that third angle, the student loan transaction, it will not be permissible, brothers and sisters. And of course, I have the video that I uploaded, which you can watch right here, when we actually took this question and we presented it to a scholar who is an expert specialist when it comes to areas of fiqh in Islamic finance and Islamic politics. Islamic politics, is his expertise, and also he knows Islamic finance, and he's one of the head scholars when it comes to fiqh in Kuwait. And we presented a question to him. You can watch the video right here. Now, brothers and sisters, just wanted to suggest my idea for how to overcome this now, because we want to try and look for solutions to our problems. Now, I want to put together a team of brothers and sisters who would be willing to start a project that would be a charity where we basically raise money within our community from those who are well off to fund students who cannot afford to pay the university loan. And this, I think, would be a fantastic initiative for several reasons. I'm able to help provide my support. I have several resources at hand to actually make this project actually come into fruition. I just don't have the time, the mental capacity or the physical capacity to execute it myself, and nor does our team, sadly. So I want to put a team together who can do this, and inshallah ta'ala, we will oversee this project. If you go to my email address that is popping up right here and send me your CVs, you have to be a person who's qualified for this task. And I want the project to be run by young brothers and sisters. So send me your CV we will look through it. We'll call you in, inshallah ta'ala, for interviews, and let's make this project actually happen. Let's tear it up. Let's find the funding from within our own community. Like, alhamdulillah, there's money. Money is not rare. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not hard to find. It's there, and we can fund students ourselves, inshallah ta'ala. So with that said, brothers and sisters, like the video, share the video, and please watch out for my video next week for those who are looking to do the university loan even though they know it's haram. I ask you, please, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't do that which will displease Him. Allah declares war on the one who does riba. You don't want to start off your young professional life at war with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With that, I leave you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.